Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the tennis world lately, Alex Eala's rise and the massive fanbase that's been propelling her forward. But here's the twist. I'm not just here to tell you what's happening. I'm here to unpack why it matters, what it means for the sport, and why Jimmy Connor's take on this is more than just a casual observation. So, buckle up. First off, let's talk about Alex Eala's recent win at the Washington Open, becoming the first Filipino player to win a tour-level title. That's huge. But what's even more fascinating is the role her fanbase has played in this journey. Personally, I think this is where the story gets really interesting. It's not just about her skill, though she's clearly got that in spades, it's about the energy her fans bring to the court. And let's be real, in a sport like tennis, where mental toughness is half the battle, having an entire crowd behind you can be a game changer. Now, Jimmy Connor, the 8-time Grand Slam champion, recently weighed in on this during his Advantage Connors podcast. What he said really stuck with me. He called Eala's fanbase intimidating, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. But here's the thing, what does intimidating really mean in this context? Is it just about the noise? The chants? Or is it something deeper? In my opinion, it's about the psychological edge. When your opponent knows you've got an entire stadium in your corner, it's not just about the crowd, it's about the pressure they feel. That's a detail I find fascinating. It's not just about support, it's about shifting the dynamics of the match. Connors also pointed out how Eala's fans are contributing to her form. And this raises a deeper question. How much does crowd energy actually impact performance? I mean, we've all seen players feed off the crowd's energy, but Eala's case feels different. It's like her fans aren't just spectators, they are active participants in her journey. What this really suggests is that tennis, at its core, is as much about the audience as it is about the players. It's a communal experience, and Eala's fanbase is amplifying that in a way we haven't seen in a while. But here's where it gets tricky. Eala's fans have faced some backlash for their behavior during matches. And this is where I think the conversation gets really nuanced. Are they crossing the line, or are they just passionate? Personally, I think there's a fine line between being supportive and being disruptive. Tennis is a sport that values decorum, but it's also a sport that thrives on emotion. So, where do we draw the line? What many people don't realize is that this debate isn't just about Eala's fans, it's about the evolving culture of tennis itself. Are we moving toward a more vocal, energetic atmosphere, or do we want to preserve the traditional, almost stoic, nature of the game? Connors also praised Eala's playing style, calling it refreshing. And I have to say, I agree. Her left-handed aggression, her willingness to take the ball early, it's a style that's both exciting and effective. But what makes this really interesting is how her style complements her fanbase. It's like they are a perfect match. Her bold play feeds off their bold support, and vice versa. If you take a step back and think about it, this synergy is what's making her such a compelling figure in the WTA Tour right now. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Eala's success isn't just about her, it's about what she represents for tennis, especially in the Philippines. She's breaking barriers, and her fanbase is a testament to the global reach of the sport. But here's the thing, this isn't just a Filipino story. It's a story about how one player, and her fans can reignite interest in the women's game. Connor said it best, all that does is create interest in the women's game and in particular her, which is great. And he's right. In a sport that's often dominated by a few big names, Eala's rise is a breath of fresh air. So, where does this leave us? Eala's next challenge is the Canadian Open, where she's already made waves. But the real question is, can she sustain this momentum? Personally, I think she can. With her talent, her mindset, and that fanbase behind her, the sky's the limit. But here's my closing thought. As we watch Eala's journey unfold, let's not just focus on her wins or losses. Let's pay attention to what she's doing for the sport. She's not just playing tennis, she's redefining what it means to be a tennis star in the 21st century. And that, my friends, is what makes this story so compelling. So, what do you think? Is Eala's fanbase a game changer, or is it a double-edged sword? Let me know in the comments below.